Yes, no? I know it's getting late. Okay, we'll move on. Next is from the Community Vision, Ms. Donna Sines. Yes.
A homeowner in Poinciana, and I've lived here over 20 years. First thing I want to say is, Representative Cumby, I want to thank you for mentioning the ditches and the lighting, okay? If you do check, sir, I don't know whether you do that, I've actually been out there or not, you'll find that almost all the ditches that we're having a problem with out there on the Osceola side that controlled by Kissimmee. And the HOA has the manpower and the equipment to resolve most of these problems, but the county and the county commissioner will not support them by the money they need to do this. Also, if there's an emergency, regardless whether the association has the money or not, whether it's Osceola or Polk County, they go out there and they fix the problem when there is an emergency. As far as the lighting, sir, we have 75% of all the lighting that we need there right now if you have a chance to come out at nighttime. The association can't put the lights up, but they provide the equipment and the poles to put that stuff up, and you can check that also. Also, I requested, I don't know how many of you representatives have come out to Polk County and Poinciana. You'll see that we have all the needs we need. We are a city right now, whether Mr. Latham or his people say that we're not. We are a city. And we've got all the fire department. He says, well, we don't have a fire. We do have a fire. It doesn't belong to us. It belongs to Osceola, but it's right out Salavito on Cypress Parkway. And if we need their help, they're there for us to help us, okay? We have plenty of police departments, okay? Our crime rate, if you check between Kissimmee and Haines City, is a lot smaller than anybody else. I want to appreciate what you had to say. And I hope that you will deal with Mr. The county commissioner about the fact that there's no money. Because we got a situation where I live on Country Club, where half of the Country Club is on the Polk side and the other half is on the Osceola side. And they promised us that they would do the walkway. They never did it. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that. Mr. Soto, you say, you talk about that the fact that the association is only doing things because of the fact they're worried about becoming a city. You got to remember that this incident happened when they changed over to the new corporation was way before anybody talked about getting a city, okay? And the reason why we had a lot of problems, we had bad management, and finally the representatives that represent us realized that and they replaced them. They fired them. They got them out, and they got this corporation. That's why we're doing well right now. Okay, now Mr. Latham has given you a lot of good explanations why we should come to the city, but the explanations are not really that good, okay, because of the fact that we have everything that he says we don't have. Okay, that's what's wrong. Again, the feasibility study is still screwed up. There's a lot of, like Mrs. Sanders said to you. In other words, there's a lot of discrepancies in the feasibility. And the feasibility study, as far as I know, are going to be used as a guideline to become a city. And again, in the feasibility study, again, it says that I'm a resident here, saying that we will not have to pay taxes, and that's not true. The feasibility is not telling me and the other residents how much it'll cost. All what's happening here, sir, and ladies and gentlemen, is that what's happening is it's pitting one neighbor against another neighbor, and that's not right. Okay, you've been out there, Senator Soto. You've been out there, Representative Rose. I don't know if you've been out there or not. We have a nice community there. The streets are clean. We have plenty of parks. We have good schools. Okay, the HOA, I'm not denying, there's still a lot of problems with them, but we're working out those problems. They're making an effort to sit down and talk with us, which was never done. And don't get me wrong, yes, we do have a very serious problem with these people that own all these properties, these developers, but that doesn't justify for us to become a city. Okay, that doesn't, we are still in a recession, as you have heard in the other meeting that we recently had in the beginning of the month. We are in a recession. We are, a good percentage of our residents are in poverty right now. Okay, can't afford it. Okay, you say that we need to vote. How can people vote when they're not United States citizens, sir? And when we went, when we went out to do the petition,
Sowers, we're a little bit over time.
Okay, we went out and do the petitions. Okay, a lot of these residents said, or people that were living there said they can't vote because they're not United States citizens, okay? That's the problem, okay? So if you do vote, then there's not going to be hardly anybody there except the people that want to become a city. Again, all I'm saying is that what Mr. Latham and Mr. Ramos is saying does not justify to become a city. Not at this time. We have all the needs that we need.
Members, any questions for Mr. Next up then is Mr. John Perez.